It's your Woody Check It Dumpson. Check it out because right on schedule. Now, a rapper complaining about his record label, you always see it, man. And by the way, let me just say this, okay? Anytime you hear a rapper start blaming the label, start complaining about the label, start making excuses for why their albums didn't do good, here is a transition that happens with all entertainers, okay? When you get signed by a label, they kind of believe in you, you're hot at the moment. That's the reason why they offered you a contract. Now, eventually, you cool off, you probably grow in the industry, you might gain even bigger, but sometimes the people aren't really feeling you no more, okay? Now, the label, they're always moving. They're not just completely invested in you. They keep signing new talent. They keep signing and finding the new hot thing. And eventually, when you just got signed, you were probably what we call priority. But eventually, over time, you're just that old ass nigga on the label. Okay, I mean, if you're a rapper, and this is overall, no matter what your favorite rapper is, if he isn't a top 5, like in the 5 priority artists on that particular label, they're fucked. Okay, which means they can't get an album out when they want to. They always have to wait for a schedule, and they're pretty much just waiting for the label to release their album if it'll ever get released at all. Now, most rappers, and let's just put it out there, right? For example, Cash Money, Drake, obviously a priority. Okay, Lil Chucky, if he's still on it, it's not a fucking priority. Jay Mills, not a priority. You will never hear CDs from those guys. Now, here's the thing. So Waka Flocka actually says this on Twitter. He says, as a artist, and it's a long rant, so bear with me. He says, as an artist, you need to grow and stop rapping about the same shit year after year. And by the way, let me just tell you, this is how he's fucking up. Because Atlantic Records, who he's going to complain about later, they did not sign you to grow up or stop rapping about the same shit. They really signed you for nigga shit, okay? They signed you for some good old raps about hitting niggas over the head with a Cristal bottle, shooting up the club, shooting up another black man, really running through the hood on some ignorant shit, slapping niggas, chasing niggas through the hood. They're not over here signing you to evolve. They're signing you for the same old nigga shit fuckery, okay? That's what these rappers don't understand. Now, people keep thinking that these labels invest in them as a person instead of investing in them for their value at that moment, okay? Which means if you're making a certain type of music, they're not too supportive if you just say, oh, you know what, let me go do EDM. You know what, I don't want to rap about black men killing each other anymore. Let's do some uplifting type of thing. No, the label booked you or really signed you for one particular reason. Nigga shit. Okay. Now, he continues. He says, I'm trying to buy my hood, not hanging it every day. I picked up a mic to make it out the hood, not trap my niggas in the hood. Okay, he's talking some uplifting, positive shit. Now, I'm telling you, this is good as a human, but as a record label, they're probably saying, nobody want to hear motherfucking Waka Flocka sing Negro spirituals. We need coonery, okay? Now, we do have to keep in mind that Waka Flocka was talking about running for Speaker of the House, so that's why he's probably tweeting all these very positive things. Now, he kept on going. He said this. He says, I hate my fucking label, okay? Atlantic Records, let me buy out. Fuck. Now, he also says labels don't do shit for an artist. Facts. Labels don't invest. Facts. Labels hire a bunch of amateurs to keep costs down. Now, that's a very loaded tweet. Now, let me just tell you what he's probably alluding to, okay? He's probably alluding to the fact that he's probably on, what is it, like his second or third album? I think maybe third album. I could be wrong on that. I think he's on like his third album. Let me look up it real quick, and my bad for this. We got to figure it out, okay? Waka Flocka is actually on his motherfucking fourth album. Okay, it's fourth album. So Flockavelli, Ferrari Boys, that's a collaboration with Gucci Mane, Triple F Life, and now this is Flockavelli 2. So we could call it technically his third solo or his fourth album overall, but it's Flockavelli 2. Now, he's just mad that it's not getting a release date. Now, here's the thing. He's probably expecting, and that tweet's probably talking about there's no investing from the label to help him create a buzz, like a marketing buzz, right? Essentially, he could go around and do all these press runs, talk to the Breakfast Club, go to LA, talk to Big Boy. He could talk to Wendy Williams for all he cares. it won't generate the buzz that would get a release date. He needs to have actual songs that people are fucking with. Now, back in the day, what a label would do when they have an artist that they believed in, right, because they spent so much millions over the years developing this artist, they would then say, okay, we're going to get a record hot for you. Okay, we're going to put you in the studio with this guy. You're going to make this generic record. We're going to put millions behind it. It's going to be all over the airwaves. People are going to love it. We're going to make millions no matter what. So you're going to come out on this date. That's when they were locking shit in. But these days, they're realizing the internet runs shit, okay? It's not about who you get to play your record, who you get to co-sign you, who this, that, and third. And even if you pay out and really get your record all over the goddamn airwaves, doesn't really mean that it will guarantee that a record will sell. So what do these labels do now? They kind of chill back like, yo, my nigga, we ain't investing shit in you. Get the streets hot, come back. When you come back, we'll talk about a release date. Now, he continued. The first thing the label asked after I got shot is, can you go to the studio? Now, obviously, he's just kind of showing how cutthroat a label could be. He said, from that day forward, I knew my label didn't care. I'm just another dollar sign. Get your money, young nigga. Now, this is a tweet that frustrates me because from Waka Flocka to Bobby Shmurda, two niggas who signed way back in the day, why do people get finessed? And this is finessing. How do people get finessed by a label to think that the label actually cares about you instead of your value musically at that time, right? Of course, a label wants you to get back in the fucking booth that you can make a hit song that they can sell more. That's what they only care about. They don't care about your life. For some reason, these artists actually think they do. Bobby Shmurda found it out the hard way when he made a collect call from jail to his label and they said, you on bail? Hold up, we're going to put you on hold. Click, okay? Now, he said, you motherfuckers woke the beast back up, hashtag pressure. Then he continued with a bunch of other rants, just talking about labels in general. And just like corporate laws, he said, corporate laws require that corporation be structured into classes of superiors and subordinates within a centralized pyramidal structure. Chairman, directors, chief executive officers, VPs, division managers, and so on, based primarily on military models. Unlike the freedoms of an entrepreneurial business, large company decision-making must pass through layer upon layer of management. This makes the process of product development slow and ponderous. For example, from the time a band is signed, it could be a full year or longer before their first record is finally released, owing in part to the dense hierarchical management structure. A lot can change in a year. Understand life. Furthermore, high executive turnover and frequent management purges at large. Record companies can often delay or derail a recording project indefinitely, leaving artists in the lurch. That means on the shelf, by the way, okay? Then he says, watch how I shit on you non-believers, then a bunch of other nonsense. Now, essentially what he's saying is, right, he's saying, listen, it's such a slow process, and sometimes you got to wait around for these labels. And I'm going to go back to my original point. I'll just wrap it up here, okay? Waka Flocka, when you work for these companies, these record labels, and I say you sign away your life because they own all your music, they own all your masters. When you do sign to a record label, if you are not priority, you're fucked. Okay, if your favorite rapper and you're wondering why isn't he putting out music, if he's signed to a label and he's not the top 5, if you could look at any label's roster and you're looking for your favorite artist and you're ranking them as the top 5 hottest artists at that time who could sell the most or who is selling the most, and if your rapper or your singer or whoever is not in that 5, you're fucked. Okay, you're not fucked, they're fucked. And which means you're fucked because you're not going to hear their album because that album ain't coming out for a long time. That ain't going to come out until everybody beat down the budget already. The budget is so goddamn small and they're looking like, oh, well, we only got this amount for the fiscal year left. Let's just toss it away on some goddamn tax write-offs. Okay, Waka, come on, get back in the office, okay? You want to put an album out? All right, we only got about like $4,000. You got to promote your project with it. Could you do it? Could you? Now Waka's like, yo, I'm an artist. I can't be doing the same thing like a new artist. I've been established in the game. I've been doing this. They're looking at him like, shut up. Get on the internet. Get back in the streets. Drop some mixtapes. Go do some shit. Get the street hot. We don't got the budget to invest to market your ass. That's what it is. Okay? So I don't even get why people complain about record labels. If you sign to it, and nobody's forcing these guys to sign. Nobody, okay? If you sign to a record label because you love these advance checks because you wanted to go ball out on your homies, don't complain about it years later when you're getting fucked. by the label. Get a comment, box, make sure you guys like. Definitely subscribe. It's your boy, the Akademiks. I'm out.